Fish on. That feels like a nice one. It's not just on the tail. Plenty of teeth marks on this now. Fish. Oh, come on, yeah. Now then, and welcome back to Adventure Fishing UK, and what another glorious day to be out fishing. It is absolutely tipping it down, and I am pike fishing today on a complex of lakes with the goal of catching pike on a Zander replicant lure. So I did actually get here about half an hour ago, 45 minutes. I have already caught a fish and had a little bite, so I'll show you that now. But first I'll show you what Zander lure I've chosen to be using, and I'll talk to you a bit about the rod. But yeah, this weather is absolutely atrocious. I just step out from underneath this tree. I am getting pounded by the rain. And I think this is gonna, I don't know how it's gonna affect the fishing, but this place is very busy today. There's not as many free pegs as I'd like because it's half term. So the fishing's gonna be tough, but hopefully we'll catch a couple more. And if you do enjoy this video, then you know where that subscribe button is. So this is the lure I'm using for the day. This is a young Zander replicant thing. I'm actually not sure what the brand is. I'll show you the box now, how it came. Never heard of this brand before. Actually picked this bad boy up at a car boot sale, so I don't know how it's going to be, but good old Edmund sorted me right out there. Looks like a fairly good colour pattern too, actually. Nice and natural with that just little bit of orange. Feeling good about today. Right, first cast. Not sure quite how this is going to swim yet, but it does have a paddle tail on it. And you probably know by now that I'm a real sucker for a paddle tail pike lure. Have to say I am a fan of this action so far. Got a good bit of belly wobble too, as well as the paddle tail. That is looking really good. Fish on. Oh, it's spat the hook. There it is, it's right in front of me. Come on, go for that again. Go for that again. Oh, that Zander just got crunched. Wasn't a giant fish, but could still be in the area. So we haven't been going long at all, and already that's our first hit. It just hit the tail. I just had to look at the teeth marks. It just grabbed the tail and then spat it and turned. Nothing I could do. That was one reason why I was sort of apprehensive about the shape of this lure, is that both hooks are quite close to the front. Normally I favour two trebles on the bottom, then a single on top and a treble just below it, but it's a good sign that the lure's working, I suppose. Just dropped into what looks like a very, very nice swim with this long, deep tree line. Feeling fairly confident about this little spot, actually. I think I got some weed on. Or is that a fish? Oh, it's a fish. That's a bit mad. That's tiny. As if. Really genuinely thought I had some weed on then. Look at the size of that. Fair play to this little pike for going for that. It's a tiny little thing. It's absolutely cream, that Zander. Fully thought this was weed on the way in, but nice to be beating the blank. Well, what a way to get off the mark that was. Very, very unusual turn of events. That fish was only half the size of the other small one that had a nibble. The other swimmer didn't really fancy it, but at least we've caught one, eh? Well, that fish was so far away from the size of fish we want to be catching today, but the lure works. It's not just raining. This is like that lethal, dreaded sort of rain which gets you absolutely drenched in next to no time at all. I'm really taking a beating here. Takes more than a bit of water to stop Adventure Fishing UK being out on the bank. Tough conditions to film in, especially when you're trying to keep phones and batteries and power packs and stuff dry. It's just a nightmare to be out filming with. Tell you what, nothing makes you feel quite as alive as being out in the pouring rain fishing, especially when you're unsuccessfully fishing as well. I've not had a bite in hours now and I've been braving these conditions. Surely I'm due something soon. Now then, well, I know what you're thinking. I've not just been for a quick mid-fishing shave. While the rain didn't manage to stop me that particular day, the daylight did. I ran out of time. I fished for about 5 or 6 hours in the pouring rain, got absolutely drenched and didn't even get that final nice fish to show for it. So I'm back out with this Zander and we're hunting for a proper fish this time, maybe even a double if we're lucky. So let's get down to business. Fish. Oh, come on, yes. I think so anyway. Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad pike. I had a feeling about this swim. I had a feeling about this one. Come on. Yes. Not a giant, but it's a really good start. Got it in. Come on, yes. So finally, I have caught my first proper pike on this Zander. Let's get it out, quickly show you, and then get this fish back. Look at that. What a pike. That's maybe £6 or something. Really nice one just to get the day going. What a result. Just giving this pike a nice rest. Look at the colours on that. Well, what an absolute treat that was to be catching that fish. I mean, I've only been here about half an hour. Considering I spent 6 or 7 hours the other day trying as hard as I could for a fish, I could not be happy with that one. Although I have noticed a small problem with this Zander. That fish had it completely in its mouth. It was a bit tricky to unhook, and I don't typically like to use loads of the treble underneath and a single on top, because if they do that, it can be a bit tricky to unhook. And if I do have that issue again and it is quite hard to unhook and I feel like there's any risk to the fish, I will just stick this back in my box and try something else. Well, first cast on this swim. What a great result. That Zander got absolutely destroyed then. That pike engulfed the full thing. Impressive performance from it, because it wasn't even a massive pike, to be honest. But yeah, young Zander definitely wouldn't last long in this lake, that's for sure. Fully just skipped that across, skimmed it like I'd be skimming a stone across the water then. That is how you cast under a tree. Just gotta hope there's not too many carpers monopolising all the best swims, because there's a few particular places where I tend to have a fish most times I visit there, but often there's a carper just sat in their bivvy on it, so it's a bit hit and miss fishing places like this. But on the right day, oh, I might have a couple chucks here first. On the right day, it can be a fishing paradise. Let's have one quick cast here. Just see if we can't pick up a cheeky fish on the way past. Not this time. Just seen a fish jump out right here. That could mean there's a pike in the area. Literally first cast. Just got to this swim now, one of these lakes I was telling you about. And this is one of those swims where a fish usually comes out of when I'm fishing. Oh, I just had a take then and it swam off. Oh, I just had a proper hit. That wasn't a bad fish, I saw it too. Fully saw that fish dive down. Oh, come on. Looked like an alright one too. Proper solid knock. Just very quickly talk you through the setup I've been using for this video. This is the rigged and ready RR3000 spinning reel. on the Predator rod, and it's 20 to 80 gram configuration. Now this rod can also be used for 10 to 30 grams, but yeah, we've got it in its heavier configuration because this Zander does have a bit of weight about it. Well, truth be told, I honestly thought today was going to be quite an action-packed session after the way it started with that fish pretty much straight away. I was thinking today is going to be one of those days, but actually it hasn't been. I've had a good 2 hours now without a bite or anything. It's been a bit of a grind, to be honest with you. Maybe, just maybe, it's a bit early in the year to be using a lure this size. Well, look at this. How very autumnal. Fish on. That feels like a nice one. Or maybe not. We'll soon see it though. Not come to the top yet. Tell you what, it doesn't feel small, that's for sure. Not a bad fish. Come on. Easy does it. Oh, it doesn't look like it's hooked too well, that. But that's a nice one on the Zander. And he's in the net. Come on, yes. Well, this is the fish we came for. Could be a double. I'm probably not going to weigh this one. Whoa. Look at that. What a beautiful pike that is. It's got a good old belly on it too. Big, strong back. What a beautiful fish that is. And it is absolutely annihilated that Zander. What an absolute beauty of a fish that is. Oh. Hey, and he's off. Well, what a fish that was. I'd say it was a double, just about, but I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It has annihilated this Zander lure. I'll show you what it's done to it in a second. But yeah, what a fish. The unhook was slightly tricky, so I didn't get a proper weight on it. These things, not so good in terms of the hookups. They have been a bit complicated today, to be honest, so I'm not going to probably ever use this again. But also, look what it's done there. It has absolutely creamed it. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Drop a like, drop a comment too. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on Adventure Fishing UK for the next episode. I'll catch you down the road.